Hello, I am Célestin Arnoux. I'm the specialist of biodiversity and ecology on Elafonisos Eco. Today I want to talk you about the biodiversity on the island of Elafonisos. So this day and for the past few decades, biodiversity has been dying around us and around the world at an ever increasing rate. In 50 years, we have lost almost 60% of the world biodiversity due to many factors. The five main ones in order of influence according to the EPBES report, Intergovernmental Science Policy Platform on Biodiversity and Ecosystem Service, are destruction and artificialization of natural environment, overexploitation of natural resources and illegal trafficking, global climate change, pollution of ocean, freshwater, soil and air, and the introduction of invasive species. The environmentally dying species provide us with a number of useful services known as ecosystem service. This includes the fight against urban heat wave, thanks to tree shrubs, the pollination of whole crops by insects, soil quality and pollution control by microorganisms, and even the tourist attraction provided by all the living creatures that make up the landscape. All this enables us directly and indirectly to feed ourselves, to have clean water, or even to grow economically and culturally.
Hello, I'm Pauline. I was in a formation about natures, so I will present you today the Posidonia. The Posidonia is an aquatic marine plant. It's not like seaweeds because it has flowers. The Posidonia is really important for the environment because it's an habitat, it's a species, and it's an habitat for like 1,400 species, different species. They have food, they have like house, they can house inside, and it's very important for them. The Posidonia is really useful for us because you can see there is oxygen production and it provides us like between 5 and 8 times more than a tropical forest. For the dioxygen carbon, it's 14 liters of oxygen by square meter who is provided to us, and the carbon was stocked in the roots. It's very useful because it stabilizes the beach with the roots, and it fills the water with the plant, with the grass, and with the roots. So this species is badly in danger because there is a decline. This decline is due particularly to touristic activities. You can see here an anchor on the grass, on the Posidonia. When the boats let the anchor here, they rip off the Posidonia, and it's like if I take your house for 1,400 species of fish, of everything needs this, and 50 species need specially the Posidonia, and without 50 species will disappear too. So this is not just a species we have to protect, it's an entire world we have to protect. it's very, very problematic because tourists can go on the water to swim and walk on. It's very problematic because people doesn't know the Posidonia and are scared. They think, I won't go on this beach because there is a dead Posidonia. I don't want to be scared. I don't want to have strange things, but it's not dangerous. It's an habitat. It's dead leaves, and it's one of the most important things that we can find around Elaphonisos. But there is another thing very important that we can find at Elaphonisos. And we try to protect it. Just we want to present you the other thing just later, but we protect the Posidonia with map of Posidonia. Célestin make a map of the entire Posidonia around Elaphonisos, so we can compare it for the next year and see if it's decline or if the population grow. We are not very optimistic because we found sick Posidonia and the touristic activity are growing up. But with Elaphonisos Eco, we try to have ecotourism, so maybe we can have a good impact on the Posidonia.
But our priorities are not just on water. All over the island we have interesting habitats, making the island a jewel of biodiversity. On the mainland we have Strongly, a lagoon that is home to a large number of nesting birds and which is of crucial importance to migratory population stopping off in the lagoon before heading further afield to the mainland. It's therefore one of the key elements in the proper functioning of ecosystem throughout Europe. In order to protect the lagoon, we regularly visit the site to find out about the horror species, their use of the lagoon and the danger it faces. We have noticed vehicle driving on the nesting site of protecting birds and pedestrian walking near the birds, creating a disturbance for the birds. To remedy this situation, we have come up with a number of ideas for improvement, such as closing the site to vehicles, marking footpaths, and installing awareness-raising scenes. Some of the birds found on the Strongly lagoon are particularly noteworthy. For example, the Kentish plover, which breeds on the site, is listed. In Appendix 1 of the Natura 2000 bird directive, making it an important species to be protected at European level. Thanks to this species, we could propose that the lagoon be classified as a Natura 2000 bird directive site. Among other things, we would give us a better protection for the lagoon and greater funding for bird conservation. We can also mention the migration of the black-winged stilt, also part of Natura 2000 Annex 1. They come up from tropical Africa in March, and after a long journey over the Mediterranean Sea, they first find refuge on the Strongly lagoon, where they find food to continue their journey. The scrubland surrounding the lagoon is actually very important. A large population of crested lark inhabit this harsh habitat. They provide us with a number of services, such as regulating insect population, dispersing seed, contributing to the food chain, and even aerating the soil to improve the quality of agricultural. Sorry.
So, in conclusion, we know everybody in this room knows that global biodiversity is in really fast decline. But in Elaphonisos, we try to have actions, real action, concrete actions to protect them by mapping, by studies, and by implication of locals. And thank you for being here, because your presence is very important. The sensibilization is very important. Thank you to watching us.
Very interesting about Posidonia. I wanted to ask why you said you're encouraging almost tourists to go. All of Greece has Posidonia in the sea. So you said tourists shouldn't go or should go. That's where I didn't understand. And then you mentioned dead Posidonia as well, because Posidonia, when we swim, is alive and it's under us. So yeah, just that description, that clarification.
People, when they come as a tourist, go swim, and that's okay, because when they go swim, they not only in the Posidonia, but when they come with a boat, without knowing the regulation and the legislation, they can have the anchors on the Posidonia and rip off all the Posidonia. And if there is a lot of boat, like in the case of, in France, Porquerolles, we can see that Posidonia in Porquerolles is very endangered sorry, by the anchors. Yeah. And in Elaphonisos, it can really fast be like Porquerolles, so we try to give information.
So the anchors are the danger mostly?
Yeah,
yes,
the anchors,
okay.
And the climate change too. But it's not only the fault of the
Célestin,
tourists.
a quick other question about Strogili. Because you said you came up with these solutions. Were they given to the municipality, to the Demos, to act upon these recommendations? Or they were just a study?
I will propose the action for municipality. It's simply action
to apply.
Yes.
Great. Okay, that's what I needed to know, that it's something's happening there. Thank you very much.
Just to be aware that again, all to give as a message, it must be applied. That means that to give a message, remain the air, it is just lose time. And what to say last year when we had the Monaco Ocean Week, the president of Costa Rica said, good project, but no action, it is a very bad project. Don't lose time to do project, to do study, if you don't have an action. Pass your time to take action. Maybe it is a wrong action, but don't waste your time. Okay.
So, for the Posidonia studies, we will send to the municipality the document with easy action, because it's one action by page. And we hope the municipality will help. I think yes, because there is a most important part of Elaphonisos, and the municipality try to protect the environment. So I think this will be on the first actions, I hope.
Okay, thanks a lot.